just been given a small task to open up the session with a prayer. That's right, Safandi? Okay. So let's pray as we begin. Thank you, Lord, for giving us this opportunity to convene this evening. We know it's not out of our making, but because you have given us the grace to be here, we submit our concerns and the agendas to you so that we have a smooth discussion. We hope that we are going to engage and also impact each other in terms of what we are just about to do regarding code clubs in Kenya. We pray and believe in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So, as I've mentioned, my name is Afandi Indiatsi. I'm using Felix Malombe's account. So, I'm not Felix. Please do not refer me to the name Felix because that is not my name. My name is Afandi Indiatsi. I am head of projects and programs at STEAMLabs Africa. And we are an organization that deals with STEAM education, that is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics in the K-12 space. We handle public schools, private schools in total. And we just want to transform education using technology and not just teaching students how to code, but going beyond that, that in a point where the pedagogy that is used in schools in teaching whatever subject it is, technology is incorporated. We are heading into a very digital world, and we are, I'd say, competing, quote unquote, with schools that, with even countries that are learning AI from the word go. When the students are incorporated in school, they're just learning technology and AI in every way, in every aspect possible. If we do not get our students to a point where they can compete comfortably with such countries, it means we are just creating a hole for them. We're not giving them careers that are going to progress, or the skills for careers that are going to exist in the upcoming world. We've seen cases where careers that used to exist before, currently they're not there anymore because of the transformation that has happened in education and transformation that is just happening throughout the world. So that is our aim at STEAMLabs Africa, to just bring a transformational change in the education space. So I'm going to share my screen. We can look at the slides and I can give you an overview of what the Code Clubs project is and the exact reason as to why everyone is here. Just give me a second. I hope you can see my screen. Please, someone can unmute and tell me yes or no.
Yeah, it is visible. We can see it.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
We are seeing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, for Code Clubs activities, these are our social media tags. Hashtag Code Clubs Kenya. And our social media handle is at We Are STEAMLabs for whatever platform it is. Kindly mute yourselves if you are unmuted.
Look at our ping at a gem or what they had. War calcula. Wait, I don't think you go jambada candy.
Philip, please mute your microphone kindly, if you don't mind. Philip. Okay, thank you. Hey.
Philip, I'm muting you, but you keep unmuting yourself. Please, kindly, you're disrupting the session. If that keeps going, I'll have to remove you from the meeting. Thank you. So as I was saying, our social media handles are at We Are STEAMLabs for whatever platform it is, X, Facebook, LinkedIn. On LinkedIn is just STEAMLabs Africa. X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And this is the hashtag that we're using, hashtag Code Clubs Kenya, for any activities that we are handling with regards to Code Clubs. Okay, so this is a project that we are running with STEAMLabs Africa in conjunction with the Raspberry Pi Foundation. And these are the partners that we are having: Code Clubs in collaboration with Raspberry Pi Foundation, STEAMLabs Africa, Liquid Intelligent Technologies, Pani Technogirls, who've helped us in Liquid Intelligent Technologies, who've helped us in the Nairobi region, Pani Technogirls in the coastal region, the Lomosi Foundation, Western and Nyanza region, where we have done our training. So we're going to look at introduction, what we are actually getting ourselves into, code of conduct, and handling clubs, the Raspberry Pi resources that we have. We're going to register a club and we're going to conclude. But then we are going to have a crash course because we have currently done 2 sets of trainings with the different cohorts that we have been handling. And the first training was registering and setting up a club. The second training that we actually concluded this past week on Wednesday was kicking off the activities for third term. So when we started this training program in June 15, 2024, our target was is still setting up 150 code clubs in Kenya, impacting 4,500 students and dealing with more than 300 educators to just fund this. And while doing this, we needed to take step-by-step processes to do this, give educators time to have students come together for activities, give the administration time to just approve this, to understand whatever it is that is happening. Then after that, and even share resources, as STEAMLabs Africa share resources to the educators. Then after that, we get to the session where we give the educators the opportunity to start off their clubs. We are dealing with educators from all sectors, some who have handled tech activities, who run code clubs as well in their schools, and some who completely don't have an idea what technology looks like when it comes to code clubs. So our aim was just to make sure that everyone is comfortable. That's why we have taken a very long time to just kick off the activities. As I mentioned, STEAMLabs Africa is a non-profit organization, and we want to just mainstream STEAM teaching and learning, and we partner with academic institutions as well as other organizations. And we emphasize on engaging, developing, and nurturing learners, their interests, strengths, and confidence through active and experiential learning. We look at the potential that every student has. It's not just a matter of one thing fits all. And we go through 5 steps that are going to be used in handling the students. We call them, usually call them the 3 Ps, but then it's usually a 5-step of design thinking. The 3 Ps include problem. The first one is problem. Problem means what problem exists in the environment or in the context that we are in. The problem that we're looking at, most of the time, we tend to focus on the Sustainable Development Goals that were given to us by the United Nations. So it's easy for us to create solutions for that rather than just creating solutions that do not make the world a better place. Number 2, that is the first P is problem. The second P is process. The process means what activity or what technological process is used to make this difference. What technology is going to be used? Are we going to use coding? Are we going to just use robotics? What exactly is going to be used? Then finally, we're talking about product. Product is the final output. How does this look like? How is this making a difference in the society? So that is what STEAMLabs Africa is about. This project is in partnership with Raspberry Pi Foundation, which is a UK-based charity with a mission to enable young people to just realize their full potential through the power of computing and digital technologies. You can see there's a conjunction there between STEAMLabs Africa and Raspberry Pi. We are all talking about digital technologies and potential of every young student. The foundation's vision is that every young learner develops the knowledge, skills, confidence to use computers and digital technologies to just solve problems and express themselves creatively. to just provide sufficient understanding of societal and ethical issues, to evaluate digital technologies and their application, and just using technology for good, not technology for bullying people online, cyberbullying and everything. Then the mindsets that enable them to confidently engage with technological change and to continue learning about new and emerging technologies. This is important because technology is changing very fast. For students who have not experienced it in the best way, it may be difficult for them to accommodate this and even enjoy it. So that's why it's important for us to just change the mindsets and give them to help them be confident to engage with technological change, as well as educators. So what is Code Clubs? In collaboration with the Raspberry Pi Foundation, STEAMLabs Africa is looking at establishing Code Clubs in underserved communities. We're talking about public schools. And this is just to bring about digital literacies for students between age 8 to 15. When you look at the Code Clubs setup that has been done within the UK as a UK setup, as a UK mission charity, that is the Raspberry Pi Foundation, the students that they deal with are from the ages of 9 to 13. But as STEAMLabs Africa, we saw it is best for us to lower and expand that age set because, number one, we know the challenges of Kenyan education system. Students can join school late, students can have some challenges to just be in that age set of 9 to 13. So we don't want to leave any student behind, but we want to have them there within. So we have students aged 8 to 15. This is, I'm guessing, grade 3 to Form 2. They're about grade 3, grade 4, all the way to Form 2. And the Code Clubs initiative is just going to help the students as well as the educators to code and digital making skills to just help them gain this. The goals of this project are to set up 150 Code Clubs in schools in Kenya, impacting at least 4,500 learners. Up to this point, we are very grateful for the cooperation that we have gotten with the teachers we have worked with, because we have gotten to 120 schools and more. And we are very excited. We are currently looking at the numbers of around 3,600 learners, and we have worked with educators to give them the appropriate knowledge to support the running of Code Clubs. That is for the 3rd term, which we are still going to keep providing for them. And then we're also going to help you navigate the Raspberry Pi resources to comfortably and efficiently sustain the running of Code Clubs. This is something that we're going to look at throughout this session. So what's our Code Club in a nutshell? We've seen all kinds of clubs looking in school. We know Scouts, we know when I was in school, we used to have a club called Wildlife Club. I don't know what other clubs exist nowadays. I know if there's usually a music club as well, but all these clubs exist. And there's a different conduct that exists in the different clubs because they have different missions and visions. But Code Clubs, number one, we're looking for enthusiastic people. This is a thing that we're just doing to change lives of students, as well as change how the society and our surrounding looks like. We need enthusiastic people. That is enthusiastic students, enthusiastic schools, enthusiastic administration, enthusiastic educators like you as well. We allocate at least 1 hour per week to handle these sessions. And then we use a setup. Can be a school, can be a church, can be an estate, any place that is enclosed that can offer space and equipment. We use this, and then with support from STEAMLabs Africa and the Raspberry Pi Foundation, we have kids in the community learning code in the best way possible. This is what I can just say. We have the students, administration, educators, we have the space and the equipment, we have the projects and support from STEAMLabs Africa and Raspberry Pi Foundation. And then finally, we have the kids in the community learning code, having fun, and all those things. Yeah, so code of conduct. This, I would like us to take it very seriously because we're dealing with children. I don't play around when I'm talking about safeguarding for children. It's something that is very close and dear to my heart. And most of the time, I tend to give a bit of a backstory of how much of a nuisance I was in school. I wasn't the best student. I wasn't the best student. I was just a very rowdy child. And there are some things that I think about me being around a child then that could have affected how my learning experience was. And this is something that I'd like to protect the children that are coming from facing the same challenges. I think I have someone who's trying to join the meeting. Apologies, let me just try and get them in. Okay, thank you. Let me just proceed. So safeguarding, according to what is it called? Merriam-Webster. This is the dictionary meaning. Safeguarding means protecting a citizen's health, well-being, and human rights, and enabling them to live free from harm, abuse, and neglect. This is any citizen, doesn't necessarily mean a student or a child. This is just any citizen, literally, anyone around you. Protecting their health, their well-being, human rights, and enabling them to just live free from harm, abuse, and neglect. So these are the do's and the do's of what to do when handling a code club. So we've given you the resources, we've told you this is what you need, this is how a code club looks like, all those things. If you were to have your sessions, these are the kind of things that you should be doing. Number one, provide a secure environment for children attending your code club. By secure environment, we mean secure in terms of security. Is this a place where students are in the way of harm, in terms of attacks from the environment, wildlife, every kind of thing? Number two, in terms of, could this be a place that is prone to even environmental challenges? For example, floods, all those things, like we know floods happen here at least twice every week, such things. We're also talking about secure in terms of the people around them. Are we talking about this is a place that we know there's existence of pedophilic activities? We want children to be secured from all those things. So providing a secure environment wherever the place is. There are some challenges that we might be facing that are literally beyond us. For example, we can take the case of flooding. That might be very much beyond us if flash floods happen in certain places where our schools are. But it is important for us to just be in a place, even when we are just setting up the club, we just know at least this is a place that we have not experienced floods. Flash floods happen, that is not on us, that is beyond us. Those are acts of God and we can't blame him for such activities. Terrorist activities as well, those are things that happen, but can provide a secure environment. We've seen schools where there are people around who are always guarding the schools just to make sure that even in case of a terroristic activity, the students are secured and everything of the sort. Number two, what to do. Treat all children as individuals. Don't treat the children as a group. Treat them as individuals. If student A is progressing faster than student B, doesn't mean you progress with student A regardless of student B's laid back. So we move with each and everyone individually. Number two, equally. We're treating them equally. Doesn't matter what they think of, doesn't matter their ethnicity, doesn't matter where they stand in when it comes to politics, doesn't matter what their state of life looks like. They all are treated equally and with respect. So all students are respected, regardless of their gender, whether it's a boy or a girl, whether they are younger. As you've said, you might find there's a 15-year-old in the age set of the 8-year-old. We're all going to treat them with respect. Religion, ethnicity, creed, political, anything that they are going to be talking about, we have to treat them equally, individually, and with respect. Number three, we are going to ensure a minimum of 1 adult per 10 children. If your venue is not in a school, let me say this. Ensure a minimum ratio of 1 adult per 10 children if your venue is not in a school. Why? In a school setup, it's what we are agreeing on is the school is already a safeguarded place. Number one, we have the principal, we have the deputy principal, we have the educators, we even have the higher Ministry of Education who are aware that there's a school that is going on here. In case anything happens to a child during code clubs, it is easy for us to follow up with someone. If we have 60 children in a code club, if anything goes wrong, as STEAMLabs Africa and Raspberry Pi Foundation, it's easy for us to follow up with the school rather than compared to when it is happening in a church. If it is a church setup, that means you as a person went and talked to maybe the bishop and you were like, okay, I want to start this activity for the children within our church, and I'll be doing this every Saturday, all those things. Then the pastor says it's fine. But when it comes to a problem that is dealing with safeguarding, us as STEAMLabs Africa might find it difficult to locate the bishop because we don't have a database of that. We can't locate the bishop, we can't locate the deputy bishop. If everyone decides, no, I'm not part of this church, it might be difficult for us. So, minimum ratio of 1 adult per 10 children. Not 1 adult per 11, not 1 adult per 12, 1 adult per 10, strictly. If not in school. The don'ts. So I'll do the don'ts, then I'll take a break to just answer any questions, and then we'll proceed. So, number 1, do not spend time alone with individual children. If you need to meet with a child individually, do as openly as possible. Leave the door open, inform another responsible adult of the meeting. What does this mean? If, for example, a student might say, oh yeah, yesterday, last week we did this and this and this, but I'm not able to follow it up. Tell the child, we're going to have this meeting at this time, let's say at 4 p.m. Meet me up at 4 p.m. Leave the door open. Or tell maybe a safeguarding person and tell them, the deputy principal, I'll be meeting the child at this time to discuss this and this and this. Don't spend time with a child by yourself in a room. Doesn't matter their gender, doesn't matter, nothing. Don't do that. It's not allowed. Number 2, do not use offensive or sexually suggestive verbal language or physical language, and do not allow its use to go unchallenged. There's a trend that is ongoing, especially with the young children nowadays, and even some of these people my age. There's quite a lot of vulgar language that is used. Suggestive, verbal, physical language, sexually suggestive verbal language, all those things. Do not allow its use to go unchallenged. Most of the time, you'll find sometimes we hear a child saying a very vulgar word, and we'll be like, oh my God, where do you hear that from? Don't. If a bad word is used in class, it's a bad word. If it's used in the code clubs, it's a bad word. Do not allow it to go on. Ikatae kabisa, saying no immediately, and it's stopped there and then. If students use it against each other, it is stopped immediately. That's what safeguarding looks like. So I'm going to stop there because we're supposed to get into a new section, and this is going to be very practical. So I'm going to answer some questions, and I'm going to get back. I almost forgot another one. The third don't is, we're going to be asking sometimes, or even you as a teacher, you might feel, oh, we've made so much progress. Let me take a photo of my students, and then I can share it with people around me. When you're sharing photos, or when you're taking photos, do not show the faces of the students. These are children. Do not show the faces of children. What you're going to do, you can take photos of their screens, take photos of their hands, take photos of their backs, but not their faces. Their faces are not allowed to be seen. However, if you take a photo of the student's face, I know you all are gurus on how to use your phones. You can hide their faces. You know how you can edit a photo, hide their face. You can maybe scribble something on top, or maybe put just another image on top. Just hide their faces. Their faces should not be visible. These children will come to sue you later on in life. We've seen guys growing up and then they go and sue their teachers and even their parents. So don't do that. Those are the 3 don'ts and the 3 do's. So I'm going to pause I'm going to pause sharing my screen so that I can hear if there's any question, any suggestion, if I've gone too fast, anything. May just raise your hand.
You could also check on the waiting room. I think someone is struggling to come in.
Oh, yes, I have allowed everyone in the waiting room. They can join.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. There's a hand from Olo. Olo, please just come out of mute and ask your question. Hello, you could write the question in the chat box or just unmute and speak if you can, please.
Problem here. Yeah. Where?
Your network is breaking. Please just write in the chat box. Hello, if you can hear us, hello, please just use the chat box. Your network is unstable. Kindly. Yeah, please, because of the network challenges in some areas, we also advise that you use the chat box, pack your questions there, and we are going to review all the questions in due course. So, hello, please, if you can hear me, just drop your question there so that it's not getting lost in the process. But meanwhile, we have just paused for more questions. You could just unmute and speak, or just put it in the chat box as well. Silence means?
Okay, what is the minimum and maximum number of students? Thank you, Mishi Juma, for that question. How many learners can, okay, amazing, thank you. So we give a ratio of 1 teacher to 20 to 30. 20 to 30, 1 teacher, 20 to 30. So what we usually tend to say is we can't force the teacher to have 30 students or 20 students because you might be comfortable. For example, maybe this is the first time you're even going to be learning about technology or even Scratch or coding or anything, all those weird terms that you've just been hearing. So you might be comfortable dealing with 10 students. We won't force it on you to have 20 students. So it's up to you to decide. Some people can say 60. Some people can decide even 70. They're comfortable with handling that. But also at the same time, we are also looking for quality. So if you're going to be the one teacher dealing with 80 students, what kind of quality is going to be produced out of those students? Are you giving each student individual attention? Are you dealing with every student individually? I hope that answers the question. Mishi and Terry. And Lena as well. I hope that answers the question. Can give me a thumbs up if you're good. Okay, so Olo, you've DM'd the question. Where have you DM'd the question? Okay, thank you, Mishi. Thank you, Terry. I can't see your question. What advice can you give to someone who has no laptops or computers? How do you go about it? We'll get to that, Sayed. just relax for a bit. We'll get to that. That is something that we're going to address as we are winding up the meeting. Although I can't see your question anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, I can now hear you. Yes, you may ask.
Okay, thank you. Do not. Okay. We have joined as individual. Okay. I know some are teachers, some are not, but I don't know whether is there anything to do with taking care, things to do with the bundles at the later stage, or it's just in our own pocket.
Okay, so let me give you a heads up. We are not going to be
Thank you.
dealing with we're not going to be having online sessions. This is just the
Okay.
first one, and
Okay.
it's going to be, if we're going to have online sessions, it's going to be if there's any demand for it. But this is
Okay.
something, as we have said, it's teacher-led. So we're training you so that you can handle it by yourself. If STEAMLabs Africa decides, let's take a step back, or in case STEAMLabs Africa collapses, but God forbid, if anything of the sort happens, you as a teacher, we expect you to have the resources, we expect you to have the knowledge and the skills to run the clubs. So at that point, that doesn't mean we're going to have to give you any kind of resources or in terms of bundles or anything of the sort.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe the last one.
Mhm.
At the end of the session, we have to be recognized or maybe known for having these things done to us, or maybe undergoing this training. Is there any form of maybe certificate or anything to show that we have undergone this training?
Okay, so that question, I will answer it as we finish up.
Okay,
That
fine.
is clear. Yeah, just relax.
Thank you.
Geoffrey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Geoffrey, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you. I was asking, all I have a concern. I've just listened to you and I've heard that you have said we are not going to have online meeting or
Mm,
online sessions.
mm.
So how are we going to get the knowledge? Some of us are as far as in Lodwar, Turkana County. So how are we going now to follow up if we are not going to have such online sessions so that we can be able to learn?
Okay, okay. So I want us to just relax. I feel like we've moved so fast. Let's just relax. This is coming up. Yeah, this is just coming up. I know I've said a lot. I wasn't supposed to answer his question. It's supposed to come at the end, but I just need us to relax. Then I'm going to answer it as we proceed. Or eventually you'll actually notice it's been answered. But if it's not answered and we finish the session, you can shoot it again. Sawa? Okay. Lena, you've asked about age. You've missed the age that you mentioned. We've said 8 to 15. That should probably be grade 3, grade 4, all the way to Form 2. I hope that's okay. Oh, my concern is about the age bracket. That's Philip. In Kakuma, most of the learners are above 17 years old, and the current members of the club are 18 years and above. How can I go about it? Have the students join. It's fine. As I've mentioned, we noticed that the age thing in Africa and in Kenya doesn't work the same way as in the UK. So that's why we say 8 to 15. But if you have students between that age difference, that class, like from grade 4 they to Form 2, if they're within that grade, it's fine. You can have the students joining. We can't say they can't join because they're 17. They're allowed to. So don't worry, just have them. But then I just had to share that information in case anyone decides to bring in a 6-year-old or anyone below. I was unable to join the link on due time. How can I get a recap? We'll share a link. This session is being recorded, so we'll share a link to that. Yeah. Yes, Lynette, you raised your hand. Lynette, your hand has been raised. You may unmute and just speak. If not, just post the question on the chat and it shall be answered. Okay, so I'll have to proceed because our time is moving very fast. So right now, I hope everyone is going to be ready because we're doing a practical activity. I'm not going to be speaking. I might even decide to switch off my camera, but we're going to do a practical activity. So I need you to follow through and I'll do my very best. Sometimes I can move very fast, but I can move very slow. I'll try my best to move very slow so that everyone gets the opportunity. In case you have any question, if you felt like I've moved too fast, just give me a heads up. I'll slow down, but let's just move slowly. Okay? And I hope everyone is going to be following up. So what I want you to do, go to your browser. I'm not sure what browsers you guys use. So whichever browser it is that you're using, whichever browser it is that you're using, I want you to open a link called Code Club. Just type Code Club. And I hope everyone can see my screen. Just check on your telephone. So you're supposed to see something of this sort, Code Club. This you can do on your phone, you can do on your phone, yeah, wherever, your laptop, whichever. So once you open Code Club, once you type it and you see something on your screen, this is what you're looking for. This first one, codeclub.org, the one that has a green thingy here, not any other, codeclub.org. It's possible for you to get codeclub.nl, that is Netherlands, and NZ for New Zealand. Make sure it's codeclub.org, then click on it. I hope we are at bar. What I'm going to do, let me reduce the size of my screen so that I can be able to see if there is any question in this screen. Okay. And I will, so this is not going to work. So I want you to just tell me, I hope we are all here at this point. Give me a heads up, you can unmute and say yes so that we can proceed. We've opened Code Club. Okay, thank you, Geoffrey. Thank you, amazing. So I'll go back to my full screen because what I wanted to do is not working. So next, we are going to go to sign up. So look on your screen, you can get sign up. If you are using a mobile phone, at the top of your device, probably on the, let me check on my phone. I think on the right side, there's a sign, there's like a 3 dashes. It's usually called a hamburger icon. You can just click on it. Then it's going to show you sign up. Yeah, on the top right. There are 3 lines. So you can just click on them. Then you'll see sign up, then click on sign up. So just click on sign up and then, okay, so I already have an account. It's not going to allow me to sign up again. Let's see if this is going to work. So when you click on sign up, it tells you how old are you. You're obviously 13 and over. So it's asking under 13, 13 and over because this is a platform that is used for students. So it's saying we can make sure you access the right activities. If you say 13 and over, it gives you content for teachers. If you say under 13, it's going to give you content for students. So just click on 13 and over. had a question coming in. Okay. Maureen, I can see you raised your hand. Maureen, I can see you raised your hand. Question?
Come up again, please.
Okay, sawa. So what we were doing, number one, I have seen there are 2 people who've joined. Let me just read it to you. There are 2 people who've joined. So what we're doing, we're going to join to open a link. Just pasting it in the chat again. codeclub.org/em. So you can just click on that link. Just click on the link. And then once you click on the link, you should go to sign up. Click on the link, then sign up. Let me go back. If you have a phone, if you're using a phone for the meeting, when you click on the link on the top right of your screen, top right, there are like 3 lines, 3 white lines at the top. Just click on the 3 lines, then you're going to see sign up and log in. Then click on that. That is if you're using your phone. If you're using your laptop, it's probably going to look like mine, or your tablet. It's going to just come sign up. So when you click on sign up, you're going to get a screen like this one. How old are you? 13 and over, under 13. You're clearly 13 and over, so just click on that. Once you get to that point, just fill in everything, full name, whatever it is. Here we have Ada Lovelace. What should we call you? You might want to be called Miss Ada. Whatever you're comfortable with. Give in your email address, adalovelace@gmail.com. What's your password? Think of a password. This is just something that has been generated for me. Then choose your country. Clearly, we're in Kenya. Choose your country. Postal code is optional. Then you can agree to your data. So this data is not going to be shared, but they're just going to use it for promotional purposes. Then do I am not a robot. Then click on sign up. So I'll give you 1 minute to do that if you have not. For anyone who's joined and they feel like they are left behind, just mention it, and then I can maybe do I will do. Yes, Maureen. Maureen, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Questions? Elisha, please check if I have gone through. I wouldn't know if you've gone through, Elisha, unless I see what you have done or where you are at, how far you've gotten. Yes, Duncan. Can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I've signed up, but it keeps on saying that there is a problem with this form. There was a problem with this form. Wrong email,
so there's
username.
saying that it's saying wrong email, username or password. So let's get this clear. Have you signed up or logged in? Because the two are different.
I've signed up.
You've
I've
signed up.
Eh?
You filled in all your
Yes.
details with the whole thing, then you decided to log in.
That is just what I have done, but
yeah. So
it's not going
what
through.
I'm asking is, you did the create an account, put your full name, your email, your
Yes, I
password.
created. Yes, I created the account with all those details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the response I'm getting is that there was a problem signing up with this.
Okay.
This
So when
form.
it brings such an error, there are two things that could be happening. Probably your password is not correct. So what you're going to do, you're just going to click on forgotten your password.
Okay.
So once you click on forgotten your password, it's going to send a link to your email address. And then that email you can use to set up a new password, then you can log in. In the
Oh,
meantime,
thank
you
you.
can do that, then you can tell me how that goes as you proceed. Sahib?
Oh no, I just wanted to react to Geoffrey's statement. I had the same issue also on my side, but I realized that the problem was the password. So maybe Geoffrey can try to change the password. Maybe he might be using a password that he uses with other in other sites. So
Okay,
maybe he can use a new password actually, not a password
sawa,
that is already being used in another site.
sawa, sawa. Thank you so much, Sahib. Asante sana for that. So I hope we are all good. Who give me a thumbs up if you're good? You can just give me a thumbs up in the reactions, then we proceed. Amazing. I love the response. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. So we're going to proceed. I'll share my screen again. So if you log in, what you're expected to see. Thank you, Mishi Juma. Amazing. If you log into your account, if you log in, so this is my account. If I log in, this is what I expect to see. Or it can take me to the, let me just put the Code Club platform. This has taken me to a different platform. So if I log in here, and I log in, this is what I get. It brings me to this platform. Wow. Club.org/income. Here we go. So when I log in, I can come back to this place. It can give me to this platform, or the alternative is I can see my dashboard. When I come to my dashboard, you can see I have a code club that I haven't fully registered. It's saying work in progress and all that. So I want us to register our clubs because that's something that we need to do. So when we go to home of code clubs, you can see there's start a club. I hope everyone can see this. You can see start a club, or sometimes when you scroll down a bit more, you can see start a club at your school. So I hope everyone is at par with that. So we're going to click on start a club, everyone. Then you get register your club today. Okay, I hope we are at par. If we're not, kindly give me a heads up, raise your hand. Okay, so if we're all at this place, at this point, you can see, let's change our country because this is United Kingdom. We're not in the United Kingdom, so let's look for Kenya. The best way to do that, click on K. After you click on this drop down, just click on K on your laptop or whatever it is you're using so that it can take you directly to Kazakhstan. Then go down, you get Kenya. Then is the venue for the club a school? If it's a school, say yes. If it's not, you can just click everything accordingly. What is the name of the venue? This should be the name of the school. So for example, my school could be Lodwar High School. Then you just write that down. What is the address of the venue? So here, there are two options that you can use. The first option is you can use, do not use postal code. I know some of us may decide to use PO Box. Don't use PO Box. We're going to use physical address. So for example, Lodwar High School, what could exist around Lodwar High School? Let's say there's Lodwar Hospital, so I can just type Lodwar Hospital. If there is the name of a road that is around, let's say Lodwar Road. I don't know if there's a road like Lodwar. Just say Lodwar Road. That's something that is just close to the school. if there is a church, you can use PCEA, church, Lodwa. Something of the sort. Anything, a landmark that is around, that is for address 1. Address 2 doesn't necessarily need to have anything, you can leave it blank. Town or city, this is the place you are in. So write Lodwa. If it is Kwale, you can write Kwale. If it is wherever it is, just the town or the city. I know Kwale is a county, so that shouldn't be there, but the city or the town, wherever it is. The county, you can write Kwale or whichever county it is. Then postcode comes here. Kwa hii ya mwisho. So hapa ndio unakuja unaandika PO box to whatever it is 00500. Then do you work at the venue? Yes, I work at the venue. If you don't come ni kanisa, you can say no. But yeah, then I have permission from the venue to set up this club, tick on that. So when you get to that, just let's pause 1 minute, then we can do the other part that is at the bottom. So I'm giving you guys 1 minute, then we proceed. So at 8:12. At
There's a hand
8:12.
from Geoffrey. Apparently, there's a hand from Geoffrey, and he has put a concern there that you are moving so fast. Maybe
Okay.
you could consider slowing down a bit.
Okay. Sawa. Sorry. Thank you for giving me that heads up. So let's do it
Can
again.
I ask something?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I was on the website,
Mm,
and then you moved so fast, and then I'm still there. You said we start a club.
yes. Click on Start a Club.
Okay, so setting up a club.
So once you click on Start a Club, it's supposed to show you. It's going to
start a code club at your school.
Yes.
And
Start
then
a club.
setting up, and
Yes,
then
then
register your club today.
Yes. Amazing.
Okay, thank you. That is what I wanted to know. It's okay. Let me
Sawa.
continue.
Okay. So I was talking about that. So in case anyone else ameachwa nyuma, can just give me a heads up. Raise your hand, write your question in the chat box. Yes, Rogers. Rogers, you may unmute.
Sorry, I had already started following the procedure. In the process of starting up a club, there's another club that popped up on my screen, and I don't see any key that I'm directed to. So there's already another club. Somebody has already created from Uhuru Girls. So I don't know.
Okay.
Because okay, from my screen here, I can see we have found one code club within 5 miles. So I don't know whether I should change location or okay,
So
there's a STEAM club at yeah. So I don't know
no,
how to
continue.
proceed because sorry.
I'm hearing.
Hello.
Continue.
So how do I proceed? Should I change the location and then start a new one, or I should use this one that has already been created?
Okay. I am not sure how your screen looks like, but is there an option to create another club? When that has brought
the
up, is
options
there an
that
option to create another club?
no, from the option that I have here, there is no option here. It's like the options that are here is just like change the location. I don't see, and then offer to help, start new club alert, find out how they want to start an own club, find out how. Those are the options.
Okay, so
I don't know
what I would advise. What I'd advise is for you to change the location. Just try and look for something that is close as well. So we are giving the opportunity for 2 teachers at least 2 teachers and even at most 2 teachers per school to set up a
Okay.
club. So I
Okay.
know
Okay.
Ellie Guru Girls has already set up his club. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a way to differentiate your club from his.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's here. Find a code club. I think I should change the country to Kenya.
Yes, Apple start a code club. I hope you're starting a code club, yeah?
Yeah. Find a code. In fact, start here. Which country are you in? So I think it's that one. And then where in your
Okay. Kwa start a club, sindio?
country are you?
Okay, let me just share my screen.
Yeah.
I think you're in the
Find
wrong
a code
place.
and then the right down here.
Okay, let me just share my screen. I think you're in the wrong place.
Fine.
I don't know who's presenting. Olo, was it you who was presenting?
No, I was just trying to.
Not really. Okay, I was.
I was just.
Wasn't the. I was.
Okay, so let me just present my screen again.
Afandi,
So
do
what
you
we're
have
going to do-
Afandi, please? Did you connect with 2 devices? There's an echo. I don't know
The
whether
echo is coming from Rogers. Let me just check him.
Rogers. Yeah, please. There's an echo.
The echo is coming from Rogers. Let me just see.
Rogers. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Rogers, let me explain again. Once you come back to the Code Club platform, I'm assuming this is where you are at. So, umeregister, umetengeneza account yako, sign up. You'll come, then there's this part for find a code club near you. We're not looking for find a code club. What we're doing, tunafinya hapa start a club. Kwa hiyo homepage yako. So, unafinya hapa start a club, then you're expected to see kitu kama hii, register your club today, this one here. If you're using your phone, you might have to scroll down kidogo, haitaonekana yote, then unafinya hapa, register your club today. This is how it's supposed to look like. So inafaa iandike hapa, tell us about your club venue, club details, club safety. Please tell me that is where you are. Rogers? Yes, Sahib.
Oh, thank you. Now, could you please say something about the safeguarding sponsor? Because I got stuck at that point. I was not able to proceed to the next part.
I'll let you know on my progress.
Yes.
Kindly.
Sawa, Rogers. Sawa, Santi. I wanted him to clear that up first. Ndio tuendelee. Rogers, kindly mute yourself. There's a bit of an echo coming from your side. Rogers, kindly mute yourself. There's a bit of an echo coming from your side. Good. So let's proceed. We do the safeguarding bits. Okay, so tumejaza hizi details zetu zote hizi hapa. Postcode niliwaambia you put PO box. You can say PO box, whatever the PO box of the school looks like, whatever the PO box of the school is like. Then here we come to safeguarding. So we have someone called a safeguarding sponsor. Who is the safeguarding sponsor? This is someone who is going to help the code club in case there are any challenges in terms of safeguarding arising. So let's say, for example, you're running a code club, then students fight that day. this is someone you can report to such things. In case there was an incident that happened, let's say someone used a bad word towards another student, yeah, that's a safeguarding sponsor. That's the person you can take that problem to. The safeguarding sponsor is not the club leader. So you as the teacher, you're not the code club leader. You're not the safeguarding sponsor. You're the code club leader. So a safeguarding sponsor can be your deputy head teacher, head of departments, head of the institution, HOI, can be the head teacher, or whoever it is that you're comfortable, but is someone who's not part of the club. This is just someone who's external. Anyone who could escalate such challenges to. In the case where a student fights during the code club, you can mention it to us, or you actually mention it to a safeguarding sponsor. But if that comes to us, like for example, we hear students were fighting during a code club activity, yet us as STEAMLabs didn't hear about it, and as Raspberry Pi Foundation, that will be very wrong. So that's why we have a safeguarding sponsor. So the name of the safeguarding sponsor is written here, and their email address. So as you can remember, the engagement letters that were sent, there was a section where the email address of the safeguarding sponsor, of the head teacher or whoever stamped and signed the engagement letters. So you can just put their email addresses here and their name accordingly. So safeguarding sponsor should be the email address of the principal, or of the deputy principal. I just need to fill this in very fast so that I can manage to also go to the next page with you guys. I don't do that, it's not going to work. I put in Felix here. I have my number at STEAMlabsAfrica.com. Okay. Any questions? I hope everyone is now at this place. Club details. I'll just pause for 1 minute. Questions? Questions? If you don't know the email of the safeguarding sponsor, that is going to be a bit of a challenge because you need to have their email put in before we proceed. Since now you cannot make a phone call, that's going to be a very big challenge for that to happen because we need that is specifically made before we proceed. Is there an email that you might know of someone in the school? Shouldn't be like usually these email addresses that exist, like info at STEAMlabs Africa. We don't use those ones. We need a specific email that has a name. Is there anyone? It's a challenge to get a sponsor email now. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for us to proceed because that's something that is necessarily needed. That is something that is necessarily needed. That is why they were asked within the engagement letters. There was a place that was written for the educator's email, for the head teacher's email, for it to be put there. Julius Dume, you're saying your email is not responding. What is the error that you're getting with that? Julius, you can unmute yourself and just give me a heads up when you're saying the email is not responding. Or Joel can answer that for me in the chat section so that I can proceed. For the ones who don't have their sponsor's email, you can just try and complete it later, as Greg has mentioned, because that is important. The safeguarding sponsor's email is very important. That is why it was asked for within the engagement letters. So I'll come back here, club details. So here, I need us to be very, very cautious how we're going to do the name of the club. There's a big formula that comes up here. So we have the name of the club. So you'll have to erase yote yenye imekuja hivyo, then ukuje uandike STEAMLabs Africa. STEAMLabs Africa. Put an @ sign here at your email address. This an @ symbol. STEAMLabs Africa @ name of the school. The name of my school is Lodwar High School. Lodwar High School. Then you do another @ symbol. Then you write the name of the teacher. So I can say Rogers Olo. So I'll repeat. Naming your club. Start with STEAMLabs.
From your presentation, we are not seeing anything.
Okay. Thank you for mentioning that. What about now? Can you see anything?
Yeah, it's
We are seeing now.
Okay. Sawa. Asante. So let me just redo this. So what's the name of your club? Erase everything, then come back here. So write STEAMLabs Africa. STEAMLabs Africa @ what is the name of the school? The name of my school is Lodwar High School. Then another @ symbol, and then the name of the teacher. So I can write here Rogers Olo. So start with STEAMLabs Africa, start with the name of the school, start with STEAMLabs Africa, @ symbol, name of your school, @ symbol, name of the teacher. STEAMLabs Africa, @ symbol, name of the school, @ symbol, name of the teacher. I hope backup sawa.
Is
Yes,
this
Rogers.
under club? Sorry, is this under club detail? Under club detail, that is when we should write all those things.
Yes.
But I'm tapping on my club details. It's not active. It's inactive because there are drop down of club venue, club details, club safety. So the club venue is what is highlighted. But on trying to tap on the club detail, there is nothing. Nothing is happening.
Okay, so let me just mention this again to you, Rogers. The reason as to why the club
Thank you.
details I highlight, it's because hujamaliza kujaza club detail, the first part ya club venue. So lazima ujaze hiyo part ya kwanza yote, unaona mpaka huko chini penye kuna safeguarding, scroll all the way till the bottom. Once you fill all that, you're able to come to club details. Unaona yangu huku kwa club venue nilijaza ikanipatia na nilijaza kila kitu huku, everything I filled it in. So that's why we're saying it's important for this part to open na details. Ukikuwa na hizi unasema next, ndio inakuleta hapa.
Nimepata.
Umepata? Okay. Alafu sasa ukikuja hapa ndio unaandika hivyo STEAMLabs Africa, @ symbol, name of the school, @ symbol, name of the teacher. Kitu kama hivyo. Let me see any questions in the chat box. Really completed number printing through STEAMLabs Africa. Must I correct it? Yes. Philip will have to correct it because that is important. Otherwise, you can give me the name of the school that you have registered with. You can just note it down. And anyone else, in case there's anyone else who has mistaken that part, you can give me your details right now. I will not ask for them again. Alternatively, you can just redo the whole process. Hatujafika mbali, you can start it again. Okay. So yes, Rogers, I hope you're good.
The presentation is not okay.
Yes, I am not presenting my screen. I'm just listening. I'm waiting to hear any questions.
Oh, we are at the STEAMLabs Africa at Lodwar High School at Geoffrey Masese. I think that's what you said we can write.
Yes. I hope your name is, the name of the school is Lodwar High School.
Yeah, Lodwar High School.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, that is okay.
And that is fine. Okay. Sawa sawa. So once you do that, up at now, what is the age range? I had a teacher, I don't know if it was Philip or which teacher, who mentioned that they can't, their teachers, their students who are above the age difference to your 8 to 15, the age range. I want you to know that we are allowed to have more, but then for us, tutandika, okay, kwa hii part ya kwanza, hii ni the age range of the children that attend your venue, that's the school. So kama shule yenu ni ya inatoka primary ama kindergarten all the way to high school, just write that down, might be from 4 years to 21, whatever, you can just write that down, 4 to 18, let me write mine to 18. Then here, the age range ya pili ni wenye watakuja kwa club yako, who will attend your club. So I mentioned before 8 to 15. Someone mentioned we have students who are within Form 2 lakini wako 17, ama tako Form 1 wako 17. Yes, you're allowed to have them in your club. But then when you come here, just write 8 to 15. If you write 17 or above, chances are high your club is not going to be recognized with ours because of the age range. But Raspberry Pi understands, like I've mentioned, even STEAMLabs we understand. Tunajua kuna students wanaingia shule kuchelewa and everything, so wanajipata watu wa 17 wako Form 2 ama Form 1. So us, we understand. And we'll even explain this Raspberry Pi. But then when you're coming here, just useme 8 to 15. Yes.
Excuse?
Mm-hmm.
You are saying the first part, we can write the age up to 15.
The first part, so here kwanza, age range of the children that attend your venue. So for example, yes, what they mean, the school that you teach in, watu wenye wanakuja kwa hiyo shule wako from which age? Okay. Mnaanzia kindergarten all the way to high school, ama ni primary peke yake. So kama ni primary, mnaanza from grade 4 to grade 8, until where? So that is the age range you write. This first part. The second one, hii hapa, ni ya wenye watakuja club yako. So you write from 8 to 15. The second one is 8 to 15. The first one,
8 to 15.
Yes, the second one. The first one is for all the students who come to your school. Yeah.
So I can write, maybe if I can write from, let's say, 7 to 19.
The first one for that is okay. The second one, strictly 8 to 15.
So the second one, where it is saying, what is the age range of the children who will attend your club?
Yes.
That is where we should write 8 to 15.
Yes, amazing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you as well. What do we feel in postcode? Lena, I mentioned kwa postcode, unaandika PO box ya shule. I don't know the PO box to your school. So I niliandika tu vitu zangu kwa hii ya my side. Let me show you. You just write PO box something. This is the PO box of the school. That is what you write for postcode. I hope I've answered your question, Lena. Philip Starlight Secondary School, sawa. Okay, Philip, you may proceed. It's okay. Olo, your hand is up.
Sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, I have an issue with network. That is the reason as to why I get the okay. So you explain something about the age bracket. Should we write the first and the two both to be from 8 to 15, or we can as well change?
I know there's a delay on your side, but the first one doesn't necessarily have to be 8 to 15. The first one, the age range is for all the students who attend the school. So kama shule yako ni from kindergarten all the way to high school, you can write from 4 to 18 or 19. That is for the first one, this one here. Lakini hii ya pili yenye inasema what is the age range of the children who will attend your club, the second one strictly has to be from 8 to 15. The second one strictly has to be from 8 to 15. Nathan Wamba, if I intend on starting a club out of the school venue, can I have the Nairobi postal code as my PO box? I need to know which venue exactly it is, because it has to be a venue, definitely. So kama ni seme ni kwa estate, find out if your estate has a postal code, because I know estates usually register themselves as companies. So find out if they have postal codes. Hiyo PO box yao. Kama ni kanisa pia wako na PO box. Just find out, but you need to have a PO box for you to put in that section. Doesn't have to be a general Nairobi postal code. It has to be a specific one. A specific one for the specific area. Okay. So I think I will proceed. What day of the week will the club be happening? So we need to find out siku yenye club itafanyika. If you're not sure, you can click I'm not sure yet. I would like mine to happen on Monday. What time will the club start? If you're not sure about these sections, you can just skip them. Even this part, if you're not sure, you can just skip them. Then huku chini, hapa kwa club settings penye tumefika. My club runs online or partially or completely. My club needs volunteers. You can tick this. My club is open to the public. That is a school, so you're not allowing anyone to come in. But if the members of the administration ya shule imekubali, ikasema watoto wa estate watoto wapi wanaweza kuja club every Monday, you can click that as well. Then you can proceed. So if we have done this part, kama tumefika huku chini, umemaliza, click next, club safety. So I will come back here.
Please repeat.
Okay. Can I set up the account later, so tomorrow for sure? So let me repeat myself. So tuko hapa kwa club details. We've filled in all these parts and everything. So tulikuwa tumefika hapa. What day of the week will the club be happening? If you're not sure, you can just say I'm not sure yet until you get your approval. What time will the club start? If you're not sure as well, you can just leave that. If you have a specific time, you can write it. So kama ni saa 10:00, hii ni 16:00 ni saa 10. How often will the club sessions be happening? Weekly, every 2 weeks, monthly, other, whatever you think is possible, weekly or every 2 weeks. Then here, club settings. You're going to click on my club needs volunteers and my club is open to the public. If that is something you're comfortable with, because if your club is open to the public, that means people outside or even the administration of the school imekubali watoto wa nje wanaweza kuja wa participate in code club activities. Paka hapo tuko sawa?
Tuko sawa, so we can put next.
Yes, for sure. Good job.
Okay.
Questions? You have a question? Please tell me. If you have a question, please tell me. So this last part, I won't have to say anything about it. But as you tick on things, let me just tell you, as you tick, because all you need to do is tick everything. As you tick on things, I urge you, please, so much yenye kimeandikwa hapa. I confirm that I do not have a criminal record. I confirm. If there is something, I agree to confirm and my safeguarding sponsor, blah, 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 blah. I agree. Don't just stick anything, because as you do this is almost like a contract. You're telling unaambia Raspberry Pi na unatuambia pia sisi that in case anything goes wrong, nilisema hapa for sure, nimekubali na nilisema hapa niko allowed kufanya hii code club activities or anything that has been written here. Anything that has been written here. I understand that the club, as the club organizer, it is my responsibility to ensure children who attend club have permissions to do so. Any accounts are set up, all these things. If there's any challenge that happens with the children, we're not going to play around with children. If there's any challenge that happens and you have clicked all these things and you did not understand, lawama itakuwa kwako, but not me. I can't see a place where I can edit my club details to make few corrections with each. Can you do it from your end? Philip, unfortunately, I can't do that on my end. If there are changes you made on if there are things that you put for the age, yes, it is kufanyia. So I'll urge you to maybe create the account again, the club again. So hizi nitawapatia 2 minutes, mzi tick, 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 tick. But make sure you read and understand whatever has been written. In this part in imeandikwa, I confirm that the club venue has appropriate public liability insurance. This means if my club is open to the public and people come to the club, in case anything happens to these children, my club and the school itself ikona the liability. How ndio watachukua the liability? No one else is going to take the liability. Children will not be told they are liable for whatever happened. Let me repeat. What it means is, since my club, my school has opened up doors and it has said, wacha watoto wote wakuje wafanye code club activities. That is people from the public. So like, let's say maybe every Saturday, children around are given the opportunity, kujeni tufanye club activities. In case something goes wrong in that venue on that specific day, the venue, that is the school or the church or wherever it is, it has the liability, not the child. Mzazi hataambiwa asi mtoto wako ndio alikuja club mwenyewe. The school is going to give that response to the parent. That is what I mean. If these things kama hizi vitu you're not sure about them, you'd rather leave them blank. Lawama isikukujie. These are things that are taken very, very seriously. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Mjaze mkishamaliza, you can just put your hand up or whatever it is, then we can proceed. So I'll just say complete application, then I will wait for everyone else. Yes, Sayed. I hope I'm saying your name right. Yes, Sayed, you may speak up. You can unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Questions? I'm giving you time. Mkimaliza. If there are any questions, even from what we've done before, you can just ask.
Good evening. I was asking.
Good evening, Sayed.
I was asking about the email or the Gmail that I was using. Looks like it is full. Now, is there any other way we can confirm these details? Maybe telephone number, because I have been trying to free the space since morning. I still have the problem. So maybe is there another way of communicating?
I wouldn't say there's any other way of communication. So let me ask, have you been able to set up the club, or are there details that have been sent to your email that you've not been able to acquire?
No, I have already set up the club. In fact, I'm at club with you. There's the place where the code had been sent to my email, but I navigated through. I went, and up where you are, it's where I am. So maybe in the future, can I be missing some of the things because my email has a problem?
Okay, so I'll give you two answers to that question. The first answer is any communication that is shared on email using through STEAMLabs Africa, from STEAMLabs Africa, will be shared on the WhatsApp group. So you will not miss that information. However, this platform is a Raspberry Pi platform, not STEAMLabs Africa. So in case Raspberry Pi feels like they want to share some information with you, I am not going to be able to know that because it's coming from them. So here itakuja kwa email directly, haitakuja kwa WhatsApp. But if there's information they give me as STEAMLabs, nitatuma kwa WhatsApp, kila mtu akue nayo. So I would say you shouldn't be very worried. Like you shouldn't be like 99% worried, maybe like 10% worried, not a lot, just like 10%, so that you don't miss out any information. But the other part, I'll make sure that umepata your information nyingine yote.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Any other question? Yes, Kevin Lumbwani, you may unmute yourself.
I would like you to pardon me on public liability insurance. I didn't get that one.
Okay, so let me just do that. Please unmute yourself. There's an echo. Thank you. So when we talk about public liability insurance, it means shule kama Lodwar High School. Principal wangu amekubali nitaleta watoto kwa code club, na akasema kila mtu mwenye hata ako huku nje, watoto wote wenye wako huku nje wakuje club. Watoto wa estate, watoto wa jirani, wamesikia kuna club inafanyika Saturday, wanaweza kuja. Sasa what public liability insurance means, hawa watoto wakikuja club, alafu by any chance kukuwe na shida, kama tuseme for example a stampede happens in the school. Let's say for example kukuwe na mwizi akuje shuleni. You see like how American schools, they're usually shooters. We don't get that in Kenya, we thank God for that. But in case there's something like a shooting happening, such kind of activities happening, in case such kind of things happening in the school take place, the child hataambiwa wewe ndio ulijileta, so shida kwako na mzazi wako. But the school is going to say, yes, we opened the doors, we told the children to come, this incident happened. This incident happened because this and this and this and this. If we need to compensate the parent as the school, we will do it. If we need to do this as the school, we will do it. That is what it means. So that is given by the assurance that the teacher or the head teacher knows club activities are happening. That is why we asked for letters of engagement. Because in case head teachers asijue kuna club activities zinafanyika, we kama code club leader useme watoto wakwe wanakuja, things go wrong in the school, lawama itakuwa kwako juu mwalimu hajui. That's why I said when you're taking those things, make sure you know what you're taking. Don't just take them randomly because the problem will come back to you. I hope I've made sense.
That's well, I've understood. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Duncan Kemboy, you may unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, thank you. The first question is, did the Raspberry or this foundation STEAMLabs involve the TSE County Director of Education? Is the County Director of Education aware of these code clubs and the likes? Number two, there is a lot of cautionary and the likes. Yet these are school system, there are rules and regulations. But the way you are speaking, it is as if you are anticipating something that might be wrong or something of the sort. Because mi naona ni kama kuna vitisho mingi sana. Sorry to say that. Thank you.
It's okay. So let me tell you why vitishos exist and why these things are happening. So as I've mentioned, this is not a Kenyan organization, Raspberry Pi, the platform where you're registering from. This is a platform in the UK. If you think about how schools are run in the UK and in the US, they have very many challenges as compared to Kenyan schools. Kenyan schools, some of the problems that we tend to face zinakuwa mostly resources zenye tumeona ma scandals nyingi sana, ni mwalimu amechapa mtoto akafa, such kind of scandals. But in American schools, UK schools, they have very many scandals, very many scandals. Like, for example, a shooter coming into the school and shooting so many children. That is a big scandal that we cannot ignore. So that is for them. That is why the platform is very cautionary. Very cautionary. Hakuna vitisho, I'm not expecting anything to happen. But, however, let's remember, we are dealing with children. Even you, as a TSC certified teacher, you know you're dealing with children. In case you handle a child badly, you are liable to that. That is what it generally means. I'm just trying to make an emphasis that as a teacher, you are liable for the life of that student as long as they are in your presence. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. The other question that you asked about the county executive, the county director of the education county director, if they know about these activities happening. We've tried to push this forward with the Ministry of Education and the counties as well, because if we were handling it from the county level, it would have been easier for these sessions to be happening, but it hasn't been the very easiest process for that to happen. So what we're doing, the same thing that happens when someone wants to start a scouts club in their schools. Unaendanga tu unasema tuko na scouts inafanyika, this and this and this and this and this. Then you're given some regulations of happening. If you want to start, what is it called? If you want to start a game, kama hockey, mchezo wa hockey, if you want to start football, you just come with the balls, mention to the school, this and this is happening, or just come with the proposal. If you want to take your children, for example, umesikia kuna competition ya YSK, watoto wanaenda competitions, you just mention it to the school that there's this and this and this and this happening. So it's the same thing. The reason I say it's very cautionary is because, first of all, we're dealing with the cautionary details that happen with the American and the UK systems. That's why it's imekuja. But as a teacher, you're liable for the life of a student. If anything goes wrong with this student in your presence, lawama iko kwako, haiko kwangu. But I'm not anticipating anything. I'm not anticipating you to harass a child. I'm not anticipating anything of the sort. But in case that happens, I just need you to know you'll be the one who's answerable, not me. I just need to make sure you know that. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, you have answered my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Juliet, why is it impossible to complete the application? Because it means that those things are mandatory for you to understand. They are mandatory because if you don't speak about the public liability, then it means the school is not going to be a safe space for the students to come in. If you don't take some of the things, it means there's a problem. So for example, like the part where you have someone has a criminal record and they're bad from dealing with students, that means they shouldn't be doing that in the first place. So if that is not ticked, that doesn't happen. So if there's any clarification that you need from your school administration, just handle it to them. Then you can come and finish your application accordingly. So what I want to do right now ni kumalizia hii part ya registration, and I tell you what to expect. If we are at the same part, let me see, I hope my screen is being shared. Okay, you're welcome, Juliet. Okay. So I hope everyone can see my screen.
Not yet. It's still loading, I guess. Could reshare.
Let me do it. You can see it again. How about now?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay, amazing. So kama umaliza application yako, this is what you should be getting. Inakwambia we have notified your nominated sponsor of your safeguarding request. Then it's telling you work in progress and all those things. You can see it's saying this club is awaiting confirmation from the safeguarding sponsor, Felix Malombe, that's the name of the safeguarding sponsor. And then this is the email address. So what is going to happen, the safeguarding sponsor mwenye umemwandika na email address yake, Monday ama siku yenye mtafungua shule, we hope the strike comes to an end successfully with everyone's demands being met. When we open schools, or if not necessarily open school, if you have the number of the person that you've written down as your safeguarding sponsor, mwambie kuna email imeingia. Mwambie kuna email imeingia kwa hii email address yako. Kindly just click on it. There's usually a prompt that they are sent. We just need to click on it. Then their information ya kuwapatia confirmation itakuja. So if this doesn't happen, you can see like this club mine yenye nitengeneza July. This was just for a test training like this one. It's for STEAMLabs Africa to Singa Primary. You can see ilibaki hapa kwa club safety because this didn't come to a complete end. It's supposed to tick application submitted. It tick hapa safeguarding sponsor confirmed. So once your safeguarding sponsor confirms, it a tick hapa, then it a tick pia hapa club verified. Once the Raspberry Pi team does it, that is what is supposed to happen. So on Monday, or whichever day it is that you're going to discuss with your head teachers or whoever it is that you wrote as your safeguarding sponsor, mwambie kuna email imeingia. And if you have a head teacher or a safeguarding sponsor mwenye mwandika na hii kitu inamsumbua kidogo, kuna utatanishi kidogo kufuatilia emails and everything, go and help them. Just tell them, please go to your email. After email imetoka Raspberry Pi, then you can help them to click on it. It's very simple. The process is very simple. Mwenye atakuwa na shida, feel free to send an email or write in the WhatsApp group. Accordingly, then we're going to help you out. But don't forget, we'll give you reminders to follow this up as well as the letters of engagement because not everyone sent them out. Okay, so with that happening, I remember there was a question that I was asked. We've done quite a lot and our time has moved so fast, but I want us to just try and go through something very quickly, probably within 30 minutes to malizane. We go to something else. Oh, no, we don't go something else to when nyumbani tulale. So when you have this Code Club platform, the first question that someone asked when you started, alisema, kama hatupatiwi bundles, hatupatiwi vitu, how are we going to run the clubs by ourselves? This Code Club platform, it has resources. Yes, Duncan, I don't know if you have anything to say. If you're good to go,
No.
then just, okay, sawa. Kindly lower your hand. Thank you. Amazing. So hii platform yako, ukifika umefika hapa mwisho, you can just click on projects. I want us to see what exactly it is that we have because we have so many resources to run Code Clubs. So you can click on projects, then here you'll see, discover our projects and parts and everything, digital making projects. You see we have Scratch activities, HTML and CSS, this is to create websites. Python, this is to create websites, applications, all those things. Introduction to Unity, microbit, all those things. We have quite a lot of resources here. How do these resources work? So we can click on Scratch. Kama sime hii intro to Scratch. Kuna mwalimu atisema mimi sijaifanya coding before, so I am very scared of how it's going to look like. So here, you see you get nakwambia what you like create, nakwambia what you need to know. What do I need? The resources that you need. Mentor information, anything that can just help you. Then here we'll come to this activity. So let's see, come his space stock. How does it look like? So you start your project. And here start your project. Then explain here what you will make. Inakwambia this is project 1 of 6 in the blah 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 blah. It's telling you what you're going to make. It's just giving you an overview. Then ukimaliza una tick na kuambia create your scene, everything. It gives you instructions step by step. So even you as a teacher, if you've never done this before, with the step-by-steps that you're given here, it's going to be possible for you to navigate through your screen and everything that you have. So you can see kama hii inakwambia how the Scratch editor looks like. You can teach the students this. There's this part, even though unajifundisha, add a backdrop. Inakwambia how do you do that? Come here, click on the backdrop and everything. So what we are going to do, I don't want us to do a Scratch session. I actually don't want us to do that. But I'm just going to show you, to give you a quick overview of how that is going to look like. Just a very quick one. Then I'll explain to you what we're doing in third term. Alafu tufunge the session. But I might end up sending you some extra resources or even send you the webinar that we did this week for the activities that will be happening for third term. Because I might not cover everything. It will take us a very long time. And I don't want us to take more than the time that we have mentioned here. So when you're dealing with Scratch, what you need to do is go to scratch.mit.edu. But remember, kuna kwanga na Scratch offline, which I'm going to explain quickly how you're going to use that. So here, kama kwa hii project path yetu, wametuambia space stop. So this one, I come here, continue project. I just click on it. Then it's told me this is the Scratch editor. So inanionyesha hii ni part ya code. So it's told me this is code tab here, this one. Code area, this one here in the middle. It's showing me that this is the code area it has said. This is full screen here. This button over here. This one, this is full screen. Blocks menu, these ones here, these are the blocks menu. All these things it's showing me. So inaniambia the stage here, add a backdrop. The stage is where your project runs. A backdrop changes the way that the stage looks. Stage ni gani here, where this thing is. Then it's telling me a backdrop changes how the way the stage looks, this stage here. So inakwambia choose a backdrop in the stage pane. Then it's telling me to click on this cartoon here, this one. Which cartoon inanionyesha here? This one here. Inaniambia here, I can come here and choose a backdrop. I can choose whichever that I want. Hapo unaona inabadilika. Can choose another one, castle 4, hivyo. So the goodness about this, it's telling us which stage we are looking for. So unaona inatuambia click on the space category or type space. So I come here, choose a backdrop, then I type here space. I know I might be moving very fast, but yeah, I want us to just do a quick overview to malizane. Then it's telling me I can click whichever category hapa kwa space. So kama naweza chukua hii hapa, this one, this nice one. And then I get whatever it is that I'm doing. Then I follow it step by step. Click on your chosen backdrop. So I've clicked on the one that I want. Add a sprite. Delete the sprite one, the scratch cut. I delete it. Then inaniambia add a sprite. How do I add a sprite? It's showing me, click on choose a sprite in the sprite list, this one. So this one here, I choose a sprite. Which one do I want? Inakuja inaniambia. Select fantasy category, click on the Pico sprite. Fantasy category ni gani ziko hapa? Fantasy, click on Pico. We can see Giga Pico, ndio huyu hapa. When Pico comes here. So I just follow it step by step, step by step. How is this going to look like for a teacher? Especially, you can tell me, I'm number one, mwalimu mimi sina internet. What we're going to do, there's a way that we as STEAMLabs, and even you as a teacher, can manage to get this. So I can come here to continue project. Let me just look at this again. So what is going to happen is, let me start here. Should start from Wikipedia from step 1. What's going to happen is we are going to give you these resources, but you as the teacher, you can come here to this part written, print this project. You can come here, click on print this project. When you click on that, it's going to tell you before you print, don't miss out, help the environment. Did you know all these things. You can't decide to print all these pages because this can be quite many pages. Quite many pages, around 13 pages. It's going to tell you do not do that because we are saving on trees. So what you can do, what you're going to do, tapping up a print space stock. My browser might not look the same way as yours. Then instead of kusema unataka print, you're going to say save as PDF. I don't think my browser looks the same as what you have, but I hope that is gotten. But anyway, that should not be a problem because STEAMLabs Africa is going to be sending you the PDFs. So you as the teacher, you have two alternatives. You can decide to print out the PDFs and give them to the students, but then those are many pages. That's quite costly. What you can do, you can decide to print only one PDF. Then you can read out the instructions to the students, mfanye pamoja. The other alternative, if you have them on your phone or your laptop, and maybe you have a projector or whatever it is, you can read them out. So nasoma hivyo step by step, venye nimesema zangu. Pole pole tu hivyo, step by step, as you explain to the students. This is going to be shared accordingly. So for this term, third term, what we are going to be doing is this one. So you come to projects as I had shown you before. Let me just go back. Go back again. Go back again. Yeah, so here you come to Scratch, click on module 1. So we're going to do module 1 throughout the term. We're going to start with the rock band. So ukikuja hapo unasema start project. You click on start project, then you'll just get the instructions. But don't worry, STEAMLabs Africa is going to share this with you. Some will tell me they're looking for the offline version of Scratch. What is going to happen, our team is also going to send that to you. But for you to get Scratch downloaded on this page, the downloadable Scratch version, this is the page. Where is it? Download. Let me just put it on the link, but all this is going to be shared. I know I have moved very fast, but all this is going to be shared. So this is the link that you're going to use. Okay. Thank you, Joe. That is the link you're going to be using. But this thing is going to be brought to our patia, nitaitumia. So what's going to happen, you're going to click direct download. Then I hope everyone knows how to install an app, but the instructions are still going to be written out to everyone. Then you can follow it through. Then the Rock Band PDF, it's going to be shared with everyone. Every instruction is going to be shared on how to use this resource, how to do it. So we're expecting at least every week an activity is done within the clubs. At least every week, try and do an activity. Please note, as STEAMLabs Africa, we do understand that this is the first time you're doing this. So maybe day one, mmefanya, tuliwaambia sisi kama STEAMLabs, tuliwaambia week 1, fanyeni rock band iishe. Then maybe week 1 comes, mpate shida ya install Scratch. Maybe the children come a bit late, or you get to the slides zenye mmepatiwa or the information that you've been given. You just get to do like a small portion. It's understood. There's no pressure that we are putting on anyone, as long as the activities took place. We understand you as the teacher, you're having your challenges, the school is having its challenges, the students are having their challenges. We understand. So we're going to share every single resource. In case there's any problem, anything that is just happening that is not going on well, we can be asked to tajibu kila kitu, and this is going to be happening both on the WhatsApp group as well as on email. So all these details are going to be sent out. I have to mention something else. There's something that we're going to be asking you guys to fill in. There's a report. Oh goodness. Let me just try and get that. Okay, here we go. So there's this report that is expected to be filled in every week, because we need to also track progress as STEAMLabs Africa for the activities you're doing. And also, this is also for us to award. We're going to be recognizing educators for the activities that they're doing, because tunaelewa ni kitu mnajitolea. There are so many challenges, as I've mentioned, that everyone is going through, apart from life challenges to school challenges, career everything. Like, I understand. So it's good for us at least to recognize you. So these are reports that we can use. So date, when this is going to be shared, you as the teacher, you can't edit this, because
It's
number
not
one,
showing
as a,
yet.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's showing now.
Okay. So let me just
Alright.
mention, when this is shared, this template, if you two more, you won't be able to edit it. Why is that not possible? Number one, as STEAMLabs, if we are to create a document for all the schools we are having, imagine those are like around 150 schools. This is going to be very bulky for us to create 150 schools. A link can disappear on the way. We might not send a link to the respective teachers. It's going to be very bulky. So what you're going to do when this is sent out, you come to File, whether you're on your phone or wherever it is, come to File, click on Make a Copy. So itakwambia jina ni hii, copy of Code Club activities report templates. You can change it and call it Lodwa, the name of the school, Lodwa High School Club. Then you can say week 1. And then you make a copy. So the copy that you create, you'll be able to fill it in. Lakini hii yenye nitakupatia hautaweza. This will also be shared on email and also in the WhatsApp group. Then you come here and fill it in accordingly. What is the date? 30th August 2024. The name of the school, Lodwa High School. Code Club leader is Masese. Project name is the one that you've done. Scratch Rock Band. Number of students, 30. Challenges, the time allocated during the session was short. We had some challenges using Scratch offline. Anything that you get, you can write it down. Head teacher say we can't run sessions until next week, all those things. So the first session that you do, just fill it in. I know there are some people who will say hatujafungua shule bado, tunangojea strike iishe ndio tuingie shuleni. You don't have to write that here. The moment you start the sessions, that is when you fill it in. And that is going to be regarded as your week 1. Doesn't necessarily have to follow the other people's pace. It can just be according to your pace. Yeah, this is going to be shared accordingly with everyone. And then once you're done with it, you'll come here to File, Download, do it in PDF form. Then your PDF form, penye inaenda, will give you a number where you can send all these details to. I don't know what my screen wants to open. Yeah, but yes, I'll share all these details. I know this is a lot of information. Yes.
Can I ask something?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, are we supposed to be doing this assignment weekly and submitting weekly? Or is there a timeline like 8 in 3 weeks? Because you realize the students that we are dealing with, we cannot be having them daily. Maybe we can create it at 2 days per week.
Yeah, so when you are filling in club details, kuna mali ilikuwa inakuuliza how often will you be having club activities? Then kwa inakwambia twice, weekly, every other day, something of the sort, monthly or something of the sort. So according to your pace as the school, wewe utajua. So kama mnaweza fanya weekly 1 session, that is fine. If you can do per week 2 sessions, that is okay. If you can do 1 week, next week mnaruka, mnafanya the other one, that is still okay. that is very, very okay. Haina shida. But if you're able to do activities weekly, that is fine. Yes, Philip, we understand that club activities minimize in third term, and that is why we have chosen this to be our pilot. So nilisema tulianza training June. This is the first time we are handling sessions. Why? Because say we don't have a lot of activities going on. Because the time is also very short. So the activities are also very limited. If we are able to maneuver around third term, that means first term, second term, the upcoming academic year, we might be able to do quite a lot of activities. But then sahi shule zote zimeregister code clubs kwa platform ya STEAMLabs. This is what we are doing. Your module 1 yenye nimeonyesha hiyo ya Scratch. Everyone, that is what we are going to be doing. Any other question? Any other question? Yes, Kevin.
There is a letter you've been talking about. I don't know if the teachers or the principal have signed. I didn't get that well.
Okay, so I'll this. Kindly mute yourself. I am assuming, this is just an assumption I'm making. Everyone who's part of this meeting, alipata email, ilitumwa kwake kwanza, alafu akaambiwa join WhatsApp group via text. That is what I am assuming. Because if we didn't get an email, that means there are some details that you're missing. Because there was a platform that was given out, a link that was given out, people registered with their details. So we give them out their letters. Then hizo barua walimu wana sign. Every teacher is signing, the head teacher is also signing. So if you didn't get that email, it means there's a process that you might have skipped, or maybe you're having the same challenges as other people whose emails are not working quite well. Ama your email just bounced. Maybe you didn't put the right email address. You can just give me a heads up on that.
Okay, my email is just okay. I also had that concern. I told Geoffrey that I did not receive any message in my email, but I don't know what's happening. But it's okay.
Okay. I think kama kuna mtu mwenye ako kwa hii group here, any other person, you're in this group, you're in this team, and you have not received an email. Apart from Said, who's having challenges, I think I can share the letter with you via WhatsApp. Kindly just send me your email again. You can just send it within the WhatsApp group. Because there's a lot of information that you're going to miss out on if that is happening, because it means there are letters that might be sent out, you may not get them. So why aren't these letters being sent on WhatsApp? Because this is also something that is a bit confidential. If I give this letter to Sayed on my WhatsApp, then yende azungushe kila mahali ambe watu fanyeni hivi. If I don't know who those people are, I can't guarantee those are from my team. I can't guarantee anyone that I don't know that is someone that I am working with. It's very difficult for me to account for them. In case we start giving out, when we start giving out equipment next year, and you are not on my team, I can't account for you. You'll tell me, Miss Japata, equipment, lakini sikujui. I don't know you, so how can I do that? When we start giving out recognitions and doing competitions, and we're giving out merchandise and everything, and certificates, how will I give you na sikujui? So that's why it's important, if this information is being shared, just mention. You see, don't just because there's a link that was shared, ama ukatumwa message ukaambiwa join hivi, doesn't necessarily mean for you to join the WhatsApp group. Some of these WhatsApp groups are scams. You're just going to join there, watu wanaiba namba zako, unashtukia unasalimiwa huko nje kwa Twitter. So just make sure I get your email address. I can account for you within my system. I can account for your code club within my system. Then when we're proceeding with activities, I can also account for you. So if you don't get that, anyone else in this group, kama hauna email, hukupata email ya barua, kindly just write down your email in the WhatsApp group, then we'll get it for you.
It's okay. Thank you.
Amazing. I can't see the link to join the WhatsApp group in the first email. In Sawasawa, that is just going to be given out. It was sent via text today in the afternoon, I suppose. But it's going to be shared again via email today. Any other question? Because I want us to wind up, but before we wind up, I want us to fill in one survey. Taka tujaze survey moja mbio mbio, alafu tutoke. Na mtaenda zake. But if you have questions, so the survey, I've put it in the link. First people to finish up. Mwenye anamaliza wa kwanza kujaza, anipatie a heads up. There are some rewards that are coming. The first person to fill it in, raise your hand. Some rewards that are coming in. So I've sent the link to the group, to the chat. And to my turn in case someone has not seen it, just fill it in kindly. Just fill it in very quickly. Penye mnaulizwa which partner do you work with? Weka STEAMLabs Africa. Your training did not use Raspberry Pi Pico. That is going to be done next year.
So we say no. Excuse. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm saying it's asking if did the training include Raspberry Pi Pico? Do you?
No, Pico, no.
So we say no.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's fill this in. Tukimaliza, I'll just raise that with him. Look at this one. Okay. Last one to finish, just raise your hand. Nathan. Oh, Nathan has finished. Okay. We have number 1, number 2. I hope umemaliza Nathan. Si swali unauliza. Okay, amazing. Lena, we've got number 2. Then we have Kevin. Sawa sawa. We have Terry, number 4. So kindly put for me your numbers kwa WhatsApp kwa hii kitu saitu. Then I don't know if Julius Dume is part of this as well. Julius, are you around? Mama ameshatoka. We have Julius and who's the other person I had been mentioned to? There's Julius and Hesbon. Do I have Hesbon in that group? Hesbon. If you are here, kindly also give me a number. Julius and Hesbon were the first ones to send out their letter of engagements. Okay, sawa sawa. Okay. Make sure you give me your numbers, guys, because if I leave this and you haven't given me, you'll be very disappointed. And I am true to my word, I am not a liar. You just make sure you put in your numbers before you go. Okay. So before we leave, I just want to mention something very quickly. This is not about whatever it is that you have learned, but I want to mention something. Every time we do Code Clubs activities, we are usually asked, Sina, what about the schools that don't have computers? What about the schools that don't have resources? What about schools that don't have internet? All those things. Let me give you the guarantee and let me give you the assurance. Sisi kama STEAMLabs, as well as Raspberry Pi, as anyone else, we know there's that challenge. But why do we keep insisting that these activities need to be done? The reason number 1 we insist on them is because I, as STEAMLabs, I can't ask Raspberry Pi to give you resources if whatever you have at the moment you're not utilizing them. I'll give the example. You can't tell me you want a library of books, yet vitabu venye ziko hamtumii. So library itakuja, hivi vitabu hamtavitumia, what is going to happen? Wastage of resources. I can't give you a whole laboratory of devices, yet probably the 2 devices that you have in the school, you're not using them. So if I make that pitch to Raspberry Pi that we have over 150 schools zinaitisha laptops, ama zinaitisha computer labs, zinaitisha internet, whatever you have, if you're not utilizing it, what is the guarantee that whatever we're going to give you, you're going to use it? So I, as a funder, can only pitch for you if I see there's an effort being made. I know code clubs that are being run in some schools with only 2 devices. How is that being done? You find the teacher anakuja anafunza watoto, the students around the teacher, they see whatever is happening, and the club is happening. That's enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be every student is touching the computer, because even do the students have the skills to use them? So if I give you a whole laboratory with computers, none of the students know how to use them. None of the leaders in the school know how to use them. How are we going to help each other? It means that's wastage of resources. So I kindly beseech you. This might feel like it's a lot of pressure, but I kindly beseech you, before you ask for resources, especially computers and internet, I kindly beseech you, try and utilize whatever it is that you have. I have mentioned that the Code Club's activities, they don't necessarily have to look like a class session where each student is touching a computer. Make it interactive. You as the teacher can be the only one who's doing the activities. The students look at it. When they are brought out to meet the other people, wakiuliza, ushaifanya Scratch? Atasema, yeah, mwalimu wangu nishaimwona akiifanya. I know what Scratch is, because they have the understanding. Before we have the complaints, let's try and find solutions kwanza. Ndio tuseme, nikilalamika hivi na hasira, I'm complaining because the 2 resources that I have zimeshindikana kabisa. Not because I haven't tried or made an effort. I guarantee you, I myself, I know schools don't have resources. I know it, but I can't pitch for it if I can't see there's a difference that is being made. For sure, we can make that effort. Niende niambie Raspberry Pi, kuna hii shule inahitaji computers, and we can find a solution. But if that teacher is not showing effort, then it means, okay, so tunaleta computers zitumike na nani ama zifanye nini huko. So let's try and make an effort, kindly. Let's try and make an effort. I am vouching for each and every school, each and every teacher, each and every student. My desire is for every student to get equal opportunities and to just enjoy these activities in the best way possible. But I can't pitch for that if there is no effort being made on your side. I am vouching for each and every one of you. I'd like to see 150 code clubs zikikuwa na computers zenye tumepatiwa na Raspberry Pi, because kila mtu alimake an effort one after the other. But if you don't make an effort, I can't help out. I can't come in to save the day. To be very honest, I really completely can't. So I beg you, try and do it. Just try and do it. Kikishindikana kabisa, just mention what nini ilikata. We can find a solution around it, even without having to involve Raspberry Pi. By the time I am pitching whatever it is that I need to pitch, I have made quite enough effort. Nikasema, huku hawa wanahitaji computers for sure. I beseech you, please. And I am very grateful to see each and every one of you making an effort to even be here. This is quite satisfying and I'm very grateful for each and every one of you for being here. And I'm very, very, very excited to see what is going to come up. There are 2 groups that are existing currently. You're in cohort 2. We haven't merged with the other cohorts because how tuliwanzisha kitambo, June, July. So they have moved kidogo kidogo. We have done different activities with them. The communication that is going on there might end up confusing you guys. So we'll keep you in your group kidogo for some time. Then I think in the course of September, we might join you with the others. The same information, everyone. But currently there are 2 groups. The communication that you're going to get is similar to theirs. But then nikiweka kwa hiyo group nyingine, mtakuwa na utatanishi kidogo. Hamtaelewa what is happening there. How mtauliza maswali waone, nyinyi kwani mlikuwa wapi tukifanya training. It's going to be a bit different. So eventually, maybe in the course of September or October, we'll merge you with the other, then we'll have 1 group. But for now, there are 2 groups. So in case of any questions, drop them in the group. Anyone who is in the group na hakupata engagement letter, hakupata email, drop a message in the group, useme sikupata engagement letter, sikupata email, anything. Anyone who has a challenge, drop it in the group. For now, just drop it in the group. Kama kuna mtu aliachwa nyuma na session, drop it in the group. That is a communication platform. And then also note, in the group, if you write any nonsense, let me just say it like that. If you write any nonsense, I guarantee you that's going to be a strike. So I need you to be very patient with each other. We are not moving at the same pace. We are not moving at the same pace. Be patient with your fellows. Be very patient with your fellows. We are not moving at the same pace. We kama umefanya scratch na ukafanya vitu zingine for a long time, be patient with the other teachers. If there's any nonsense being posted, that is a strike. And then any message that is not supposed to be posted in the group, kindly do not. Don't share weird links. Don't share anything that is not related to code clubs. Don't. That is a strike. Okay. I don't know if there are any questions because I'd like us to finish this up. Questions? Please shoot your questions so that we can wind this up and then we can leave. My fellow colleague Joel is here, who's been helping me out. Joel, I think you can say hello to people before they ask questions.
Yes, thank you so much, Afandi. I think it has really been a very wonderful presentation. You've talked for like 2 hours and a half. And yes, I must
I'm not
acknowledge
able
that
to
you have
see.
it.
I can't hear you, Joel. I know if everyone else can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Geoffrey, can you hear Joel?
Yes, I can hear him. I can hear him very well.
Is anybody
Okay, fine. Sorry, then I think it's me. It's okay.
all right? All right, thank you. So I was just saying that it really has been a wonderful presentation, and yes, I think you can help me just clap for time. She has been talking for like 2.5 hours, which is not very smooth for most people. Apparently, we really appreciate your work. Wonderful presentation. That's very nice. So I don't want to put any comments or any discussion ahead because we have all gone over time. But I just want you to take the challenge. A lot has been said. Now it's you and your students. So are you ready to take the challenge? Maybe that is something you need to ask yourself. And I guarantee you, any transformation you make in any of those students will just be a plus to you and also a blessing in that case. So let's please challenge as we move forward. I think we can keep the conversation going in WhatsApp in the interest of time. But yes, thanks a lot for being here up to this hour. It's not very easy to sit for around 2.5 hours. Yeah, we really appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot. I think we can end it at that. Maybe we could get a volunteer to pray, Fanny, if you don't have anything to add.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joel. Joel is our representative at STEAMLabs Africa. He's based in Kilifi. Yes, and he has a section of students that he also handles. He's also a very major guru in Scratch. Yeah, so in case of any challenges, tutamwambia pia yeye reach out akuwe on our side here. Thank you, Joel. I'll take these two questions,
Yeah.
then we wind up. Okay, thank you. Elisha?
All right.
Elisha? Okay, good.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, just a word of thank you for the very nice presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well. Oh, that's it. Okay, amazing. Thank you. So can I get a volunteer kindly to just do a word of prayer as we conclude? Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, everyone. Lena, you want to pray?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. May I just unmute them with me.
Let's believe and pray. Thank you, Lord Father, for this session. Oh Lord, how we pray that you may help us to enhance the lives and better them of our learners. Lead us, Lord, and make them better people tomorrow. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely night. Communication is going to be shared starting Monday, because right now we're going on weekend. So from Monday, as well as the recordings are going to be shared, and anything else. But then any conversation, keep it up in the WhatsApp group, and chances are high they're still going to be responded to on Monday. But conversation yoyote, put it in the WhatsApp group, or send an email, whichever works for you. Thank you, everybody. I'm very, 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 very grateful. May the good Lord bless you. I pray that the strike comes to a complete end with everyone's demands being met. I really vouch, as I've mentioned, I vouch for teachers because I've seen the plight of teachers in this country. Don't want anyone to go home or go back to school just because they have to. But I really pray that everything goes well for every one of us. Have a lovely evening and a lovely weekend. We'll talk on Monday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.